Oh yeah, my better fucking house. Here it is. Alright. Got display cases. Oh, like I could have put those weapons in there that I went and sold. Does it at least come with a bed? Yes. Cool. What's up? Yeah. Nothing. Hallway. Okay. It's a tiny room. Go to... It's 6:30 in the morning right there. Or something like that. 5:30? 6:30, yep. Touch the notes. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Alright, anything? You're the commander of the guard, aren't you?
Why do you ask?
Well, aren't you a little young?
Aren't you a little young to be some kind of prophet?
Yeah.
What age does one need to qualify for prophecy? My father started teaching me how to use a sword when I was 6, and when I was 13, I joined the city guard as one of the youngest recruits since the first vassals.
The first vassals, huh?
I was promoted to the rank of sergeant, and at 28, the Trakessa herself granted me the title of commander. After my squad and I fought off a group of Sarg invaders at the Farmer's Coast. So no, I don't think I'm too young for this post. Path-abidingness and discipline need no age. A man on his deathbed can be as much of a fool as a boy of 9 winters, as Laura Waterblade once said.
Waterblade?
He was a keeper, one of the best and one of the most virtuous.
So I've heard.
He was only of the manufacturer's path. Both his talent and path-abidingness made the former Grandmaster, Del Capos, grant him the novitiate. And,
went out of his way.
His name derives from the fact that he was excellent at both swordplay and magic. Elementarism and thaumaturgy, to be precise. That wasn't common in those days.
That's his grouping that made his class, so to say. So what happened to him anyway?
He fell in the Battle of the Dark Valley during the Blood Moon riots. A great loss.
So that's just how it is, huh?
But his heritage remains.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. We'll see what Twat Waffle has to say.
You. I heard you passed the trial without going to the novitiate. Congratulations, I guess. The Grandmaster must think highly of you.
Oh, he does. You.
Yes?
How's the beacon?
Well, finding out about the Blackstones was definitely a great step forwards. But still, we're left with a myriad of questions. Sometimes I feel pathetic, to be honest.
I mean, we all kind of are, really.
Asked to understand the functioning of a Starling airship.
Yeah, the more you question, the more you question. You're Enderalian, right?
I do? Thought I had gotten rid of it by now. But yes, I'm originally from Nehrim. Just like you, as I've heard.
You aren't a Enderalian. Okay, okay. So why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I don't know. Probably because I don't have very fond memories of my time there.
So Nehrim sucks.
You know, if someone would have told you 20 years ago that one day I would be the Archmagister of the Holy Order, you'd have probably laughed in his face. It's absurd just to think of it. You know, I was a slave there.
Really? You were a slave? Like an actual... Oh, yes. Wow.
You see, I was born into a traveling group of area minstrels. I never got to know
Okay, so you were like a gypsy.
So my mother eventually decided to burn all bridges behind us and start over. Sorry, I'm babbling. I don't want to bother you with my boring stories.
It's okay, man. It's not boring.
Well, after some days on the road, we met a traveling merchant who gave us a ride to the next village. A small one named Sildren in the Salathan Forest.
Oh, the banker these days?
The place was quiet, and my mother found herself a job as a weaver in the local count's castle. One day, however, the count simply stopped paying her, and, well, when she asked for the reason, he told her that we were his property from that moment on. Just like that.
Damn. Just enslaved you just like that?
We were just a woman and a young son, and he owned both the land and the local guard. We had to serve this Creole, that was the count's name, for 9 years. It was horrible.
Ugh. No one helped you?
No one. We weren't the only slaves he kept, and the villagers were too afraid to do anything. As for Chancellor Baratheon's armies, well, I'd be surprised if they even knew children existed.
How'd you get away?
Pure luck, I suppose. One day, an Enderalian merchant and his escort passed through the village. They were on their way to Waverock to catch a ship from there. And just by coincidence, he saw me crushing some herbs I had found in the forest. That's what I did in the little spare time I had, you know. The Salathan forest is so incredibly rich with plants, you have no idea. What I didn't know was that I had found an entire sheaf of God's tongue. That impressed the merchant so much that he simply bought me.
He bought you. What happened to your mom?
He left her there. Believe me, what he did had nothing to do with mercy. He just saw that there was money to be made off of me. I cried and protested, of course, but 2 months later, our ship arrived in Ark, where he got infected with flesh maggots and died shortly thereafter. Luckily enough, he was a sublime.
What is a sublime again?
Didn't know what to do with me once he was dead. They simply
a religious one,
right?
right?
The novitiate, which they did. By the left path. Sounds crazy when I tell it like that, and it probably is. But back then, it just happened.
Did you ever find out about your mother?
I tried, but as you can imagine, my obligations made my options to do so very limited. Only recently, however, word reached me from a mercenary, but who knows if he just said that to appease me. I think when all of this is over, I might ask the Grand
Sorry that the castle was abandoned, Creole died.
And then, who knows? By the righteous path, now I really am babbling. I am sure a man like you has better things to do than listen to the stories of a boring old chronicler. I should probably get back to business. Forgive me.
Okay, different children. No, I had something to talk about.
Ah, yes.
You got those notes?
There they are. I've marked the most relevant parts, so you don't have to read the entire book.
Thanks.
Just see if they tell you anything that could give you a clue as to where you should start searching. I will be waiting at the beacon.